All right, today we've gone ahead to obviously start a new phase in here onto the Rokani Media Football. Now, what is this new phase all about? This new phase is going to be all about bringing you first the probable starting 11 that the teams we discuss here are going to face. Like, for example, Arsenal and Man City is a special one, but you know, we discuss Man City, we discuss Arsenal, we discuss Liverpool in there for you, so, and very many others. So, if you're going to be, before we obviously bring you the match preview, we'll obviously first bring you the probable starting 11 of that team that we don't discuss hugely into the match preview, and then we obviously come up with a match preview because you'd obviously have already gone ahead to review this video. Now, this time around, it's Manchester City that is obviously going to be playing at Wembley with Arsenal in what we call the Carabao Cup finale. And these two are obviously going to be tussling it out to see who obviously comes up as the winner or comes out triumphant at the Wembley in there for you. A stadium that capacitates 90,000, and we bring you the probable starting 11 for the side of City, a team that lost in the midweek, you understand, and they also went ahead to draw with West Ham. They were beaten last time by Real Madrid. So in the previous 5 games, City hasn't obviously gone ahead to obviously have what we call a smile onto their faces. Gloomy faces have gone ahead to surface every time they've gotten out of these previous games that they've gone ahead to play. Especially the previous 3, it has been a humbling for the side of Pep's army in there for you. And will they use this as a springboard to obviously come and really make life hard for the side of Arsenal at Wembley? All that and more into this video. Now, let's obviously see who Pep is obviously going to be bringing through. The system to me is going to be a 4-3-3 system in there for you. That's what I think Pep is obviously going to deploy against Arsenal, that is tomorrow at Wembley. And in goal, Pep has made it clear that the goalkeeper that has gone ahead to obviously see City get to the final, that is James Trafford, is obviously going to get into what we call the in between the stitches, and his James Trafford. Donnarumma is going to be dropped for this particular encounter unless otherwise, but Pep told us in his presser that he's leaving this for this lad, and we've gone ahead to see him very well. You know, Ortega has been the man responsible for such, and we've seen him really put out huge performances in there for you, and we've seen a lot of him, and he has won very many trophies for the club of City, especially when when Ederson has been not been participative into that particular encounter or in particular tournament. Then right back, obviously, I know the manager's obviously going to deploy Matthias Nunes, because he's going to be deploying his best 11. That is it. Apart from the goalkeeping department, he's going to be deploying his best 11 because we all know that this 11 needs a trophy. The best way to obviously charge up for the Premier League, you know, and put Arsenal on pressure is by denying them a chance to lift this Carabao Cup. But the moment Arsenal beats Man City on Sunday, you understand, Arsenal psychologically would have gone ahead to edge City. So if City beat Arsenal, at least they would have gone ahead to edge them, because after the international break, one game against Arsenal will be playing which team? And then City will be playing Chelsea. Then later they will be hosting Arsenal. So Pep will go for his best 11. And left back, Tulinori. That's what I believe will be the left back in this particular encounter for Manchester City. Then right-sided centre-back and left-sided centre-back. Let's see who will start. I see Mark Gehi starting as a left-sided centre-back, and obviously Ruben Diaz starting as a right-sided centre-back in the field. So that is the back 5 that we believe Pep is obviously going to be really bringing in through in here onto the Rokani Media Football in there. We go to the midfield. 3 midfielders that are obviously going to be facing on the midfield of Arsenal that has really good players. One, Rodri. He never played 90 minutes when they're playing against Real Madrid. He was taken off because the manager was like, we a man down and This game is done and dusted. We are playing it for respect and to lose to Real Madrid respectively. So let's do the needful and take off Rodri, because we have a battle to really go all play. We have a team to play against over the weekend. And what was that team? It was Arsenal and the Carabao Cup is what he was talking about. So Rodri will start alongside who? Kovacic is back and very many others, but I think Tijani Reinders will be the lad who will play alongside Rodri in there for you. And who else will partner up with these two to complete or to accomplish the midfield three? I think it's gonna be Bernardo Silva. That is it. So that is the mid three for Man City that I believe Pep will obviously pick tomorrow to take on a team known as Arsenal in there for you. Now, from there, we obviously head to what we call the forwards. Right forward, Ryan Cherki went ahead to play very many. I think he played the full 90 minutes when playing on Real Madrid at the Etihad, right? So I think this time round, the manager will be like, all right, let's not really bring in Ryan Cherki and let's bring in Semenyo. You understand? Let Semenyo really start and see what he can offer onto the right, according to me in there. Left forward, Semenyo started off the bench. And why did Arteta start him off the bench? This was the main reason as to why Arteta started him off the bench. And Semenyo will be played as a left forward. Now, leading the line, we do have Erling Haaland, who never played 90 minutes but came up with a goal when they're playing against Real Madrid, and Omar Mamosh, who came off the bench to replace Erling Haaland in there. So, who do you start in this particular encounter? For my case, I love Omar Mamosh. You know how much I love Omar Mamosh, and I believe he's a complete striker than Erling Haaland. But I know this is one of the biggest games that will define the career of Pep Guardiola. And he'll obviously go with his best number 9 that he has. That is Erling Haaland, a man that has been scoring against Arsenal. That is it. And obviously, he starts in there for you. Now, for Bernardo Silva, he got a red card in the Champions League, meaning that he got what we call the enough rest. He rested enough, and he will be ready to obviously come up and really put out a very big show for this particular team and encounter. That is what I think it will be like at what we call the Wembley Stadium. And I think Pep will go that way in there. Now, 5 substitutions. When you look at the bench of Man City, that means they'll be having Doku, they'll be having Ryan Cherki, they'll be having Omar Mamosh, they'll be having Phil Foden, they'll be having who else? Let me check. Mateo Kovacic will be there. I think that's it. That's it. So they'll be having those 5-6 forwards that they can at least deploy in this game to obviously see to it that it changes for the better of the team. If it's defensive, you will be having Nathan Ake, Kusanov, who else? Let me check here. Nico Gonzalez, John Stones will be there, Nico O'Reilly will be there, and Rico Lewis will also be there. So Pep will be having a very huge team to obviously play in for. So that is it. So I've gone ahead to drop you the probable starting 11 for the side of Man City as far as this Carabao Cup is concerned. So please feel free to go into the comment section and let me know what your thoughts are about this. Rokani David remains my name, and we are uploading this video in here. And please, you are welcome into the comment section to let us know about your additions and subtractions and who do you maintain in that team that I've gone ahead to obviously pick with my team here at the Rokani Media Football. We out. Good morning and welcome back from Eid. Though no Muslim went ahead to obviously invite me for their Eid. Nothing was sent to me and I wait for Easter. Don't tell me I didn't call you. I'm out. Bye-bye.